Morning folks, welcome to the channel. Hope everybody is keeping well. So I'm just putting a little bit of fuel in the Mighty GS. I absolutely love this bike. Well, I'm just going to nip down to my local BMW dealer. It's a fairly pleasant day. We're the first week of October and the roads are fairly dry. So what I thought I'd do is I just thought I would take out one of their demo bikes. It's the BMW R1250RS. So this is a bike that I don't really know too much about, but it's in the Boxer range, and as I said, I really love the Mighty GS. I know there's a new 1300 out, but I thought whilst the demo is there I would take it out and just see what I think about it. So it's going to be a first ride review. I know there's been lots of reviews out there already on the RS, but the weather's nice and I thought I'd take it out and see what I think of it. So without further ado, let's roll that intro. Just arriving now at my local BMW dealership. I'm going to be a bit cheeky actually. In my rucksack I've got one of these that I can slot into the BMW. It's a Chiggy and it is their AOI 5 for BMW. So hopefully this RS I'm going to do a very quick review on, I'm hoping that it's got the cradle mount etc, that I can just pop the Chiggy unit in that and then we'll see how that works as well. But that's the game plan as we rock up at my dealership. So lots of demos. There's the new 1300. That's not we can't take that one out at the moment, but that is in the showroom. Good morning. How are you? There's Tony. He's just getting the demo RS out for me. Good man. And then we've also got this beautiful, that's very nice, maybe I'll get a go on that. That's the 1600 demonstrator. We like that. And then finally, just to complete the Boxer range, we've got another demo, and that is the triple black. That is the, oh, that's the naked version. The only thing we haven't got is the RT, the touring version. So Tony's firing up the RS, so let's take the RS out. There she is in. It's BMW's R1250RS, and let's take it out for a little bit of a ride, shall we? I've managed to put the Chiggy on there, so hopefully that should work. Let's pop it into neutral and let's go for a little bit of a spin. So immediately then I can feel that I'm canted forward, and it is an RS, so it is the sporty version. So let's just very quickly talk about the Boxer range. So I love my BMW R1250 GS, absolutely love it. It suits me. However, the look and the height of it might not suit all folks, and I sort of get that. So BMW, with this amazing engine, the Boxer engine, have got several bikes to suit your different requirements. So they've got the naked version, that's the R. Then they've got this is the sporty version, the RS, and then they have the full fat touring version with the massive barn door screen, and that is the RT. So they've got a Boxer engine to suit everybody, and obviously we've now got the 1300 GS and the new 1300 GSA out in the market. So I've got no doubt at some point the 1250 RS and all the RT and the R models, they're all going to do away with the 1250 engine and have the new 1300 engine. But for the time being they're going with the RS 1250, and it's the really nice Boxer engine that we've all come to love and enjoy. So very quick history then of the RS. I believe it's been around since 2014 2015 when it was a 1200 RS, and then in 2018-19 that's when the shift cam 1254cc engine hit the market. And yeah, that's where we're at now. No doubt there's been a few little incarnations, changes to the spec and all that kind of stuff over the years, but as we sit here on the bike now, October 2024, this is what we got. We got the 1250 Boxer engine, or is it 1254cc. If you want to have a little bit of sportiness and you don't want to go for the adventure route, then this is what I guess you'll be looking at, or the R version, the naked version, or the barn door RT version. But I think what we're going to do is let's get out of town and we'll just park up, have a quick look at the bike, and then we'll go and find some twisties, and I'll just give you my thoughts of BMW's R1250RS. And what I've got to say already, although I'm slightly canted forward, it does feel pretty comfortable. Got the chiggy working fine, that's all working tickety-boo. We're just going to pull in here and we'll have a very quick look around the bike. What a beautiful day. Do really good food here, the Bray Cafe, really good food. So the bike itself has only done 31 miles, so you've got to be a little bit careful with the tyres and slow speed stuff. Make sure I don't stall it. Yeah, full lock. Yeah, it's nice, it's all good. Yep, it's all fine, that's full lock. Bit of back brake. Yep, it's all good. Slow speed stuff, nice. And when that boxer engine, everything's all the weight's low down. So although it's a heavy-ish bike, I think it's only 5 or 6 kilos lighter than my GS. Still is a heavy bike. I think it's something like 246 kilograms or something like that. But I put all this stuff up here anyway. So let's have a look at the bike very quickly. It comes in two versions really: the base model and the SE, so that special edition model. So the base model, that's going to set you back £13,340. This one is the SE model, excuse my shadows, it's going to set you back £15,340, so a difference of £2,000. What do you get then? So you're going to get the lovely BMW 1254cc box engine with the shift cam technology, and that's going to put out about 136 horsepower, 143 newton meters of torque, or 105 pounds-foot or foot-pounds of torque. My GS weighs something in the region of 249 kilograms, so this is about 6 kilos lighter than my GS. Seat height wise, the standard seat height is 820 millimeters. I'm 5'9", got no problems at all flat footing it. So if you're height challenged, then yeah, this might be the bike for you. You can get several seat options: the lower seat 760 mils, or a higher sport seat 840 millimeters. This is the SE model, and for your extra £2,000 you're going to get the dynamic pack, which gives you a few more riding modes. So you've got dynamic mode on here as well, and you've also got the electronic suspension. Don't know if you can see that down there. So got the electronic suspension on here, and then obviously down here as well the ESA. So you're going to get that pack as well, and then you're also going to get the touring pack, which gives you the prep for the GPS. So I've put my chiggy rather cheekily in there, and it works an absolute treat. So you've got that there. Disadvantage with that is you've got to look down, but I think you can get some aftermarket stuff to go across here above the TFT. You're going to get cruise control, you get a center stand, and then finally with the touring pack you're going to get some fasteners to attach whatever luggage you want to get from BMW on the side. So that is the touring pack. This bike also comes with the comfort pack, which gives you keyless ride, heated grips, and the tyre pressure monitoring system, and that pack is going to cost you £840. This doesn't come with heated seats as standard, or any of the packs, I believe. So if you want heated seats, they're going to set you back an extra £255. I do like heated seats though. So as this bike sits here, the total cost of this bike with all those packs on, including the comfort pack and the heated seats, is going to set you back something in the region of £16,435, if my mathematics is correct. And I was never very good at maths anyway. I think it's a handsome looking beast, so it is a sporty kind of machine. We've got Mansell Road Tech 01s on the front and the back. We've got some Brembo brakes on the front and the back. We've got a very nice fairing, nice lights. Screen here, it's got two positions, just grab it and pull it up and down. Mirrors are pretty good as well, quite happy with the mirrors. And we obviously got the shaft drive as well. Yeah, it's just a nice machine. Not too keen on the big chunky exhaust, but there we go. As you can see here, very easy to move around. The lock is not particularly brilliant, but it's okay. Not as good as the GS, but it's okay for moving it around. And putting on the center stand, very easy. And then just hopping onto the bike. Nice comfortable position, slightly leaning forward. and not too much of a bend in the legs really, or they're not sort of, it's not a sport, an out and out sports bike, that's what I'm trying to say. So it is would appear to be a comfortable position that you could do quite a lot of mileage on it. So we've got the boxer engine married up to the shaft drive, and that's really what it's all about, isn't it? So without further ado, I think what we're going to do is get on the bike. I think that's enough of the specifications. So the screen is down at the moment, and if you want to pull it up, just pull it up. Very simple. I don't know how effective that is, so it's all good. Put it in dynamic mode. The bike itself done 31 miles now. I think from a styling point of view, I think it's quite nice actually, looks good. Yeah, it's all right. The engine though, guys, I'm gonna say the boxer engine, it's not for the 21-year-old, is it? Maybe the 1300 is, but I think the boxer engine is really for those sophisticated people who just want something a bit slower and not screaming at sort of 25,000 revs like some of the Japanese bikes. So yeah, we all know what the boxer engine's like. It's just a fabulous engine, isn't it? And then married to the shaft drive, you haven't got all that hassle of chain lubing flung up everywhere. Everything's nice and tidy. Yeah, it's just good. So handling wise, again, this bike is brand new, so the tyres are still being worn in a little bit, so I've got to be a little bit careful. But 240 odd kilos of weight, yeah, it's all low down, you just don't feel it. Turns well, so you've got the standard normal front suspension, and then you've got the paralever suspension on the rear there, and it just works well. And the good thing then is with the boxer engine, you got just torque from low down. Just be very lazy with it, and it just wants to go. But at the moment I've been on it about an hour or so, yeah, no aches or pains, although it is slightly leaning forward, so I don't know how I would cope with a 600 mile day on this, but it seems to be pretty comfortable. So from an ergonomic point of view, yeah, nice mirrors, nice view behind me. Yeah, they're all right, it's good. So it's clear behind me then. Let's just try the brakes. Yeah, bit of dive, but yeah, brakes work well, they're fine, nothing wrong with that. I guess you just get used to the feel of the brakes depending on what bike you're on. The seat seems nice and comfortable. There's no issue with the bend in my legs and the position of my feet in relation to my hips. And it is a slightly sporty position, but this is a sports tourer. I think this is the first time I've mentioned that. It's a sports tourer, isn't it? If you're not really ready for the full fat GS kind of thing, and you don't want to go a naked bike, then this, and you've still got you want to have a bit of sportiness, then yeah, this may be the bike for you. You can just be lazy with this boxer engine, it's lovely. Some folks just don't want a screaming 4-cylinder Japanese bike basically, or indeed a 4-cylinder screaming BMW. They just love the low down torquiness from that boxer engine, gives it lots of character. But yeah, the bike goes well, but I'm not going to thrash it because it's a new bike. For a new gearbox, seems fine. First to second though on these boxers is rubbish. If you're not going to, I'd suggest you use the clutch all the time. Yeah, it turns in okay. Quite a bumpy road this one, and the suspension's doing a fine job of keeping me nice and comfortable, keeping everything planted. So that ESA suspension, yeah, it's working well, and I'm in dynamic mode at the moment. Gearbox on the way down, third, second, yeah, it's okay. Bit of dive on the front with the brakes seem fine. So who is this bike for then? Well, I'm going to say I reckon it's for somebody who doesn't really want an adventure bike. That's a bit obvious really, isn't it? But he still wants a little bit of sportiness, but a little bit of comfort with it as well. And they want that sort of the character of the boxer engine with a shaft drive, so we don't get all the rubbish thrown up from the chain. You don't have to worry about chain adjustment, and they want a quality premium product, and I think you're going to get this with the RS. Certainly having a walk around the bike in the car park there, everything seems to be, from a fit and finish point of view, seems to be put together well. But if you've got one, make some comments if there's any bad things to say about the fit and finish of the bike itself. Comes with a 3-year warranty, and obviously at some point they are going to upgrade it to the new 1300cc engine, and it'll be a totally new bike, maybe a bit lighter, a bit more power, and that will more than likely appeal to the younger audience. I can't see a 21-year-old buying one of these. Maybe someone in their 40s, 50s who doesn't want the screaming power of the Japanese bikes or a chain drive or something like that. But yeah, this is that you can ride slowly, ride quickly. It's very nice, very comfortable. Suspension's good. It's nice. The low down pull from the engine is, well, it's a boxer, isn't it? Third gear, nothing behind me. Yeah, it just pulls, doesn't shake, rattle and roll. Just pulls very nicely, very nicely. In relation to accessories, well, the world is your oyster. You can chuck the kitchen sink at any BMW really, can't you? So just go and have a look on the configuration page and see what bits and pieces you want on it. But I think as this bike sits here with the SE model and the comfort pack, I think it is, and the heated seats and all that stuff, I think we said it's about 16.5k. So what about the bike's competition? So I had a look on the internet, and it looks like there's 4 kind of bikes that sort of fit into that sports tourer category. So we'll start with the Kawasaki Ninja. Yeah, I had the 900R many years ago, back in 1985, and that was a fabulous machine. It was a red and silver missile, loved it. But things have moved on since then. So yeah, we're looking at the Kawasaki Ninja, which is always, yeah, that's a really good bike. But that's a bike that I've never ridden. A bike that I have ridden is the Suzuki GS something 1000 GT. That was really nice, very impressed with that. That was a cracking bike. And then obviously the Yamaha Tracer 900 GT Plus. Again, I've ridden that one, and that was a cracking bike as well. But I'll put a link in the description down below to go and have a look at all those websites for those bikes if you're in the market for a sports tourer. That was really nice. And then the bike that I haven't taken out, but I need to take out, and there is one demo available from another dealer over here, is the Moto Guzzi V100 Mandello, if I pronounce that correctly. So pretty similar to this shaft drive, but it's a V engine rather than a boxer engine. So they're the sort of 4 bikes. I think it's 4 that I think are this bike's main competition. But as always, make some comments in the comment section down below. Top speed wise, if you're interested in that, it's going to do about 143 miles an hour, where you can do that legally, or if you don't want to go to prison. And then from a fuel point of view, 18 litres, and I think it's something in the region of 236 miles until you run out of fuel and you have to get off and push it or call for assistance. So 18 litres, 4 litres of that are the reserve. About 55 miles to the gallon or something like that. It would be nice to stretch the legs of the RS just a little bit. I've got to say, it's nice that I'm on a bike that I can actually feel what's going on with the front end, because obviously if you've ridden the GS with the telelever front suspension, you are a little bit disconnected from the front, but with the normal standard suspension on this RS, then yeah, you can feel exactly what's going on with the front end, which is always quite nice. That would be my negative point really of my GS. So the engine response then really good from the boxer engine. Gearbox, it's still new, still wearing in, but it's okay. Up and down the box, not using the clutch. And the brakes, yeah. Throttle response, good. Just be lazy with the big boxer engine. Very lazy with it. There we go. Just nip in there. Fine. And that's a great thing with the boxer engine. You just be lazy. But it doesn't feel a heavy bike when you're on the move, just like the GS. Yeah, first to second without using the clutch, rubbish. Yeah, pulls really well. Typical boxer engine, pulls well. Down the gearbox. Yeah. So if you want to do a little bit of sort of kind of sporty touring riding, yeah, this should tick the box. Goes where you want it to go. Yeah. A little bit of vibe through the bars and the foot pegs, but nothing to worry about. Bit of dive on the front. and away we go. Yeah, effortless. Can be a quick machine. And then you just allow it to pull you in a high gear from low revs. That's the beauty of the boxer engine. Yeah, so it goes alright. Before I forget, I'm not sure whether the handlebars are actually the standard bars that come with the RS model, or whether they are like a sports set of bars or something. But if they are not standard bars, then I'll just put something out here to let you folks know. So what are my thoughts then on BMW's R1250RS? Well, I've got to say, in the short time I've been riding it, it's pretty impressive actually. I love the boxer engine. I'm a huge fan of the boxer engine. Married to the shaft drive, I think it's just a perfect combination for us old gits that just want to ride around potentially slowly in a high gear and just be lazy and take the scenery in. My hooning it like a lunatic days are not quite over, but I'm not going to put myself in the grave yet, hopefully. But I just love the boxer engine. It's just a cracking engine, and once you've ridden one, you'll understand why. Oh well, most of us will understand why. So my verdict on this bike, if you're after a sports machine, there are alternative bikes out there, as we've already mentioned, but this BMW is very nice. Bit of a sporty position, legs position, all seems to be fine, and just slightly leaning forward. Clutch wise, didn't mention that. Clutch, it's a light clutch, hydraulic clutch, that's fine. The gearbox, first to second, I'd always use the clutch because it's notoriously clunky if you're going to use the, let's just call it the quick shifter. So the clutch is nice. Steering, absolutely no problem with the steering. Handles nicely. There's nothing really much more to say about that. I like the mirrors. The mirrors are nicely positioned. Obviously not as wide as my GS. And the position of the handlebars, a nice width. All seems to be fairly comfortable. But again, it's just an initial ride review. Instrumentation, beautiful TFT. There's everything you want on there. And I think you can also go to they've got a sports mode as well. You can bring the sports mode up and it will give you your braking and the angle that you're banking over to and all this kind of stuff. If that's your thing, if that's what you want to do, you can put it in that sport display. And just everybody knows that the BMW TFT is a really nice TFT as well. So just go back to the normal display, let this lorry through. The brakes seem to be fine. Again, it's a new bike. Fit and finish, all seems to be good, but make some comments in the comment section down below. I've got no idea about the screen, how effective that is, but it just seems to be a nicely put together package, as they say. Well folks, that's it. We're nearly at the end of my first ride review of BMW's R1250RS. Big shout out to the Mansell Collection for allowing me to take the bike out for a couple of hours. Good news is the Chiggy is working really well on here, so it just slots in there. So again, I'll put a link in the description down below. But that has been my first ride review of BMW's 1250RS. Nice bike. As I said, not for me though, but if you want something a little bit more sporty, or maybe you just don't like the looks of the adventure bikes, or maybe you're a little bit on the short side, who knows if I'm allowed to say that. Go down to your dealer and take one of these out for a demo ride. It's very nice. I can flat foot this, absolutely no problems whatsoever. It's just a nicely put together machine. And if you've got any comments, make them in the comment section down below. Do all that YouTube stuff, subscribe. Anyway, back at my local dealer, that has been BMW's R1250RS. Thanks so much, ride safe, and we'll see you again soon in the next video. Take care, bye.